Hello everyone and welcome back for another episode of Gloomhaven Guildmaster. The Sunkeeper and the Berserker are tracking down the Rat King and we may finally have found the Overseer. We got a little bit of money at the very end of the last episode. I was having a look through to see what we could spend it on, and we could actually do something with Numb the Pain. Now, Numb the Pain's already quite useful. Move 4, suffer a bit of damage to stun an enemy, but throwing a bit of extra on the top could be very, very useful. Alternatively, we could boost our lovely bounce back. Bounce back has proven so useful across a multitude of different areas. I think sticking a little bit extra on bounce back definitely makes sense. Retaliate 2 self on the top, throwing a bless on it for the future could also be good, but really getting an extra target on Cauterize would be ideal, but we need another $50 before we can afford to do that. Adding a push on the bottom of From the Brink, however, that is utility we can definitely use straight away. Alright, in with the Rat King. You've tracked him down long enough. Stop the Overseer and his vermling army. And it's going to give us an ancient drill, which we've already got one of. We know it's pretty darn powerful, pretty darn useful. I think it's more useful specifically in the Quartermaster's hands, but having another one, I'm not going to complain. No encounters along the way. Following the directions on the map the Berserker stole, you were able to seek out the door the merchant found, hidden in a small valley some way from the cave's entrance. The key the Sunkeeper retrieved fits the lock perfectly and turns silently. Quiet clicking then comes from the lock and the door pushes itself ajar with a loud metallic clunk. You move inside carefully and are flanked on either side by stacks of cages, each too small for the vermlings they hold. The creatures are too weak to respond to your presence, so you use their cages to sneak deeper into the cave. Oh, look at all these rats! 2 bandits approach the cages. With you on the other side, the other replies, "We're gonna have an army in no time, and that council will be so happy with us." They begin to walk away as the first one speaks again. "Yeah, boss got more of these than he ever did those stupid Inox." Before you can stop her, the Berserker clears the cages and loudly slaughters the 2 bandits. You run to her side and see that many of the Overseer's vermlings have come to investigate, and they all seem to be wearing some crude metal armor. Okay, Sunkeeper, kill 3 or fewer monsters. It's not going to happen. Neither of these is going to happen, but Pacifist is the most likely of those 2 to to actually have a chance. As for our Berserker, Professional is probably the best thing, what with the balanced blade that we've got. Yeah, let's go with Professional. So that explains the metal at Ironwood. The vermlings look like adorable little knights. It's a shame you have to fight them. Now you've returned. This cave will become your tomb. I think that voice is the Overseer. Would you mind shutting him up? The main chamber is straight ahead. Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything specific about vermlings having armor. The main chamber is indeed straight ahead. We have a wonderful harrower and a couple of city guards, city archers to deal with. Let's try and put the Sunkeeper front and center. I mean, they're both going to be front and center, but there's different levels of front and center. Righteous strength will get us moving 1, 2, 3 right into the middle, and sticking a shield on. And we could start off with a massive practical plans. Or we could go for illuminate the target. Is there any way that you could make it 1, 2, 3, 4 first of all? That is the question. So you'd need to move faster. Moving 3 could work. Let's swap these over. If you move 3, 1, 2, 3, you're going to take a little bit of damage. That's not a problem. You'll stick a retaliate on and you'll strengthen yourself for this turn. Then, seeing red is a big hit. In fact, any one of our attacks can be just a regular big hit. No one's really got shield on this, so yeah, let's just do seeing red for now. Or we could step in with bounce back and just like ultra tank it up, but it feels a shame to waste the strengthen from the lower part of this. Let's do from the brink, because we're not going to need the healing yet. So we're suffering 2 damage on purpose here, stepping in, doing a bit of damage out. And we've got some retaliate on. That's fine. Then you're going to step on in and smack it as well, and get a strengthen for next turn on adjacent allies. That works. Harrower is going fast. So, do we change our target? Probably not, actually. The shield is annoying. The shield is definitely annoying. Because if we move in and push the enemy away onto there, it will take a bit of raw damage, which is fine, but it means that we're wasting an attack. It's going to be about the same damage though, because we've got a swing for 2. It will do retaliate in addition to its normal retaliate. Yeah, we're gonna move up and we're gonna push him out the way. We're not going to take any damage. Are you immune to push? Oh, no, that's just because we've moved 4 spaces with the endurance footwear, of course. Right, yeah, push you back that way. Not the standard start. I think next time we'll just cauterize the enemies and be done with it, but it'll be fine, is what it'll be. This time we're gonna go this way, because this is ever so slightly different to what I was expecting. Nice big hit. Bit of a strengthen for the future. That's painful, but pain is what we do. Alright, let's start over here. We're gonna cauterize 2 targets. Or we could break the chains and yeah, we're gonna break the chains. So shiny distraction to give us advantage on everything. Break the chains. Let's get some disarms. Pull people over the hazardous terrain. Get some damage out. Over here, practical plans is a solid choice. Scales of Justice to get a stun on someone, also a solid choice. Or we do Empowering Command to get another attack out. Yeah, we'll do that. we're mostly moving before the enemy, not quite the city guard, at least not entirely. So, let's get the disarms out. Disarm on you. That's attack 2, range 4. That's attack 2, yeah. We'll hit the archer as well. I wonder if it's worth hitting you as opposed to... In fact, clear targets. Undo. Let's get advantage on our stuff first. Which we already had, but the enemy's going to get disadvantage as well. Okay. Wound on this guy. He's basically dead. Skip the pull on him. Wound on the Harrower. That's cool. I don't mind taking the retaliation for that. Skip the pull on the archer. It's not bad. We could get back, break the chains again. But for right now, I think we're okay. One guard down. The other one barely did anything. Right, let's try and kill that Harrower. Good. And you can have a swing at this guy. Put a wound on him. Amazing, he will die next turn. Okay, I think we need to do a little bit of healing. So we'll go for Dazzling Charge, but we'll use Purifying Aura to start picking stuff up off the ground. I would quite like to do a bounce back to move in there and kill this guy, but I think we'll go slowly and hope this guy dies first. Yeah, cool. So, heal and a bless. And we'll just grab some gold. Archer doing a little bit of damage. The guard dies. And now we get to step in and get a little bit of healing. And we're just going to do a regular attack. We don't need to ignore his shield for 2 damage. He's dead anyway. Love it. Okay, let's do teeny bits of healing with Beacon of Light. And we'll just move in and grab some gold. Over here, doesn't matter which we use, we'll just move and grab that gold. Step on in, pick it up, and a little bit of healing. Not bad. We've certainly cleared out the first room. That is not a lot in terms of the actual number of enemies by the looks of it. Your armor is already gone. So if we open up that door, and stand in the doorway, we may be in a little bit of trouble. Let's put on defensive stance now. And Scales of Justice. And we'll plan to stick the Sunkeeper kind of in the middle of everything. And really, we're just going to kill time over here. So let's get ready to move in. We'll do a long rest before next turn. Here's the big old shield. Here's the big old Scales of Justice. So Sunkeeper, long rest. Berserker, long rest. We will lose probably Fatal Fury. I do like it as an attack on the bottom though. Maybe we'll lose Seeing Red. And over on the Sunkeeper, we will take out Beacon of Light. As good as it is, we don't have a lot of people to heal with it. Okay, we need to move in as far as possible, which is only really going to be 4. Which will get us to the door. So practical plans would be move 4. So if we do that and do Dazzling Charge, that gets you healed up. Cauterize is range 3, Break the Chains is range 3. We could probably do one of those. Let's hypothesize and say Cauterize. And if we do From the Brink, we can push away anything in the next room as well. Oh yeah. Wow. Oh, here you are. I can't wait to kill that pitiful Inox and her friends like I slaughtered the rest of her tribe. I'd be able to understand it better if you didn't wear that ridiculous mask. Watch out for the vermlings. The Overseer can use his whip to make them fight even harder, the poor creatures. Okay. So what are you doing? Summoning vermling scouts. Yeah, we need to get them killed, really. They're not going to move, though. So we can get close, but not right up next to them. I mean, we could step towards this one and push it away, but that's not going to help us. We could step close to this one and push it away, but then the elite is going to attack us and poison us. Yeah, I think it's better to stay where we are. So skip the rest of the movement, skip the push. And we will get a wound on you and you. No. You two. Wound's the most important thing there. And I think we're gonna want to save that for disarming. Around comes the Sunkeeper and Dazzling Charge. There we go. So Sunkeeper can move 3. We'll be able to get pretty close. At a bare minimum, the Sunkeeper can move 3, is what I mean. Just by using regular move. This would be move 2, but 2 would get us to here, which is fine. And Empower and Command, we could give you back 3 cards. So if you go beforehand with something like Resolute Stand to here and break the chains to get some disarming and pulling of people over stuff. You're immune to wound, immune to disarm, immune to curse, and immune to stun. You're not immune to poison. Not immune to muddle. So poison and big hits, really. But this is going to be a very painful turn, I think. The scouts are all coming in. All scouts act again. Oh, jeez. This is going to be painful. Right. Move 3 and attack 4. Yeah, we want to be at range and have the Sunkeeper doing as much as possible. So let's actually do this the other way round. Let's get a disarm here, here, and here, and we'll skip pulls. skip the movement, get the little bit of retaliate on, and I will take back break the chains. Sunkeeper come in, get another shield on. This will go up to 4 shields when more verminings come in, and you can have back both of these. I didn't need to use the stamina potion. I'm an idiot. I should have remembered that. Now, we may have an advantage if they act again and they suffer the wound again. And they're not poisoning us this turn, which is alright. Okay, they are not suffering, and they're not disarmed. But they are at least taking the retaliate damage. So this is the right combination that we're doing here. That is a painful hit. Man, they are proper blocking us in. Do I have anything that would... I mean, that strengthens all nearby allies. And then this will also strengthen nearby allies. Seems a bit much. Let's go mobilizing Axiom instead. We can definitely do break the chains again. I would love to get next to this guy this turn. If we do Fatal Fury and break the chains, we've got a lot of attacking, moving, attacking stuff that can work in our favour. I think that's a pretty good idea. Ranged attacks incoming. That is a massive attack from the Merciless Overseer. Okay, let's do this 2 ways. So we're gonna hit you. That is bigger than it needed to be. And you are gonna hit this guy. Shields are holding out. This guy is immune to disarm, so there's going to be no point in hitting him with break the chains. But we can hit you before we move. And step to here. Oh, do we go even closer? Yeah. I really want all the gold, but... gonna have to be sensible about it. Get the disarms on the ones that we can disarm. You know what? Pull him closer. Just kill him where he stands. Love it. I thought that was going to be a lot worse. Attack 10. He only did attack 3. I'll take the damage. Maybe... Oh, because we killed down his vermlings. So his base attack is equal to the number of vermlings. Oh, that makes me feel a bit better. Okay, we can... Purifying Aura, lay on hands. Let's grab some of the loot nearby. We want to bounce back right up next to him, and then... He is immune to wound, so I think... We'll do unstoppable destruction on him. Just get right up in there. He's going to do some summoning. Not before us, thankfully. Okay. So skip the movement. Confirm the targets with healing. We don't need to suffer damage in order to bypass anything. Disarm's going to do nothing, but 7 damage is going to do a lot. Before we loot, let's try and kill this guy. He will die on his turn. God damn it. Stealing all my gold. I think we're going to do short rests. Don't like losing practical plans, but we've got our importance right up here. So, Righteous Strength will move us to here with 2, and then we can do Dazzling Charge to put more healing on our Berserker. Our Berserker is going to go nice and quickly with Shiny Distraction and Numb the Pain? He's immune to stun, so there's no point in us stunning him. Yeah, I think we just hit him for 4. He's summoning more scouts. So that is definitely something to consider. Keep that pressure on. It's another solid hit. He's got 10 health left. In fact, he can't summon anymore because the spaces around him are full. In a bit closer. Bit of a heal, bit of a bless. That one curse from the Black Dagger really came through there. It's a pleasant surprise. Oh, a little bit of damage. That is not what I was expecting. Purifying Aura and Lay on Hands. Let's kill this guy and... In fact, no, we'll save Lay on Hands for right now. And illuminate the target. Because we're not adjacent right now. From the Rink, Cauterize. Just do what we can. All scouts act again would be a good time to have... Ooh. To have everyone strengthened within range 2. Yeah. And then we're going to get you killed just because... Actually, you're going to kill yourself on me. So, clear targets. Let's make sure this guy is gone. Because I don't mind being attacked from this side. Cauterize is fine, but it would be better for us to just really focus on hitting the big guy. So let's keep that pressure on him. And we could cauterize our own wounds, just to give us more healing to last this out. Probably not necessary, but I'll do it just so it's there. It'll make our healing potion more effective if nothing else. Okay, now we can lay on the hands to pick up all of this stuff. That's a little painful. We're still fine. Definitely going to drink our healing potion. Mobilizing axiom, lay on hands. We're going to short rest. Unfortunately, having to lose from the brink. But we'll do resolute stand. No, we'll do shiny distraction and bounce back. Let's go really quickly. Get some healing, get an attack on this guy. He's doing more summoning. Okay, so first up, Glug Glug. Second up, we're going to stay... In fact, let's hit him for our second. Cool. Now we move on and grab the gold. Really effective healing. Get all of that gold. Look at that, 36 gold we're up to. And we've just got 2 vermlings left to deal with. Which, as summoned ones, these guys are not going to have any gold. So I think we should start gathering up the extra bits around. We can do Dazzling Charge to heal you up. Righteous Strength to move over here and grab this gold. You're going to start killing these 2. Let's go with Resolute Stand and Unstoppable Destruction. Get a wound on him. It matters not. And down here, come across. Get this. Again, it doesn't really matter for the healing because 11 health is more than enough to survive. Purifying Aura, illuminate the target, will step in and give him a wallop. And break the chains and Fatal Fury, we can fling ranged attacks. Down he goes. That is all we needed for this. I'll just make sure that there's no other bits of gold, but I'm pretty certain we've got it all in the bag. 42 gold. The Rat King is dead. Pretty good victory. Even before the Overseer falls dead to the ground, the Berserker is on him with her blades. You decide it's best to leave her to make her peace and help the newly freed vermlings release their caged kin. Well done. You stopped a vermling army ravaging the lands. Well, it would have been a particularly warm and furry way to die, but yes, congratulations are in order. Unsurprisingly, kill 3 or fewer monsters didn't happen. Berserker certainly did a hell of a lot, but the tanking by the Sunkeeper was necessary. And there's the Ancient Drill and another enhancement slot. So, I spoke to the vermlings after you left. They owe us for what we did, after all. They don't have much to give, being slaves, but one gave me an Ancient Drill as an attempted thanks. Well, they didn't kill us for our flesh either, I suppose. Anyway, the drill will do. It's too old to have any value, so I guess you can just have it. Freebie. That's lovely. We could sell it, actually. We'd have to bind it to a person. That is assuming it can be sold. Yeah, it can for 15. All right, let's sell it because it's a two-handed thing that we're not going to use, and the money would be better just out there. Same with the mountain hammer. We're not going to use that. We're not going to use the staff of elements. We're not going to use the staff of Zorn. So let's get each of these bound and sold. So, sell that mountain hammer. Sell the staff of elements. Sell the staff of Zorn. Cool. With 154 gold, we can almost certainly do an upgrade. Let's get the Spellweaver and Tinkerer in the army, and we'll have a very quick look. Can't afford anything on Frozen Night. Can't afford anything on Engulfed in Flames. Can't afford anything on the Fire Orbs. Well, there goes my initial plans. We could make Flashing Burst do a little something, but it's really not much. So let's instead have a look at the Tinkerer with 154. Can't extend the disintegration beam. We can make the stamina booster a bit better. That's not a terrible plan. We could put another target on Reviving Shock, or we could make Reviving Shock do something like a wound. I think it'd be more likely to boost up stun shot so we use it more frequently. Let's up the range. That still leaves us with 124. We can up the range on Hook Gun as well. And up the pull on Hook Gun. I can see that having some utility. And then with 64 left, we can make Stamina Booster a big heal. Let's do that. That seems reasonable for the moment. Okay, well, thank you very much for coming along, everyone. I do hope you have enjoyed this. As always, if you have, be sure to give a big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do so, and you'll be told when the next episode goes live. Otherwise, I'll see you next time for another episode of Gloomhaven Guildmaster. See you soon.